been a long time since I've done a political video, but I thought this particular incident was something that would be worth making a video about, and I have a lot to say about it. I think some angles that other people might not have thought about or discussed. So this video surfaced. On the surface, it's this Montana man who confronts Tucker Carlson, and he tells him what a bad man he is for, not supporting vaccines and being so far right. So on the surface, all these liberals are looking at this and seeing it as, oh yeah, you go Montana man. See, there are good people in the Bible Belt, or the Republican, not as heavily populated states. And something very interesting happened where this Montana guy, it's become evident that he has ties to the CIA. So there he is. There's the guy confronting him. Here's his name. He posted it himself. Dan Bailey, Montana, MT. Stay out of Montana, Tucker, So then we get into what this guy's deal is. So he started working with the Asia Foundation on this Securing Our Future project. And it was the foundation for his master's degree that he got in Montana in 2013. So it's the same guy, Montana Dan Bailey, the Asia Foundation Securing Our Future project for river ecology. It doesn't really matter what he was doing. The point is, look at the Asia Foundation. The Asia Foundation is a central intelligence agency, proprietary, established in 1954 to undertake cultural and educational activities on behalf of the U.S. government in ways not open to official U.S. agencies. So this is like an NGO, basically, where it's like, oh, this would be illegal for the government to do officially, so the intelligence agencies are going to fund it, and they will then that organization, which is funded by the intelligence agencies, will then go forth and do these things that the Central Intelligence Agency could never do. So there you have the background behind this guy. Now let's go see his video, and then after we watch the video, I'm going to give my thoughts about it.
What? I don't care, man. Okay, just dude, you are the worst human being known to mankind. I want you to know that what you have done to this state, to the United States, to everything else in this world. I don't care that you're not here. What you've done to people's families, what you have done to everybody else in this world. Son. Don't call me son. One. What? I don't care.
Alright, so there it is. What you've done to people in this state, what you've done to people's families, just saying, like, you've spread misinformation, all this about the vaccine. You've encouraged people not to get the vaccine. That's what he's implying, that you've killed people by, if anything, Tucker's done a lot to try to protect people's families from cultural Marxism taking over and destroying the family values and destroying the two-parent household, destroying marriage, the concept of marriage, the family unit. So I mean, this guy's a fraud, obviously. But what I find most fascinating about this is the discussion surrounding it. So now you have the left coming in, and they're now pushing for, wow, you go Montana man. We are united as America. These bad right-wing people are not going to win over us. And, probably the main reason I stopped making political videos is because this system has to collapse. There is no other way for this to happen. And there is no solution for this country to be one ever again. It has to divide. And it's going to do that on its own. But then when you have things like this where they're trying to artificially bring it back together when it should be divided. 99.9% of people in Montana, maybe that's an exaggeration, but they don't want anything to do with the policies that the states with large cities have enacted and done to sort of destroy what America used to be about. And they don't want to go back. If you ask most of these people in Montana, in eastern Washington, Idaho, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, go on down, go on down all the way through the Midwest, the South. People want to break away from liberals and liberal policies. They want to govern themselves how they see how they see it should be done. And they don't want to be ruled over by all these liberals who think they're smarter, think they know better, and think that they're so progressive and family values are so regressive. Family values, sticking up for the people's ability to have freedoms, not become basically wards of the state funded by the government to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. They want you. So that's why when I show that this is a psyop, I want people to see why this is a psyop. Because they want to change the perception of those people in these states that have been frequently vilified. They want you to think that, oh, but no, not all those people are bad people. There's what about that Montana guy that stood up to Tucker Carlson? See, there's that doesn't represent people in Montana, when overwhelmingly it does, and this guy is a fake. So, I mean, my thing ever since, I've been pushing for, balkanization of the United States. We need to break away from all these states, or that's the only way to avoid tyranny by the left or by big government, is to just, there is no fixing this on a national government level. It has to be done on a more local level, state level at the max, or a coalition of states is the maximum that you could have to create, sort of a functional society again. So this is trying to bring these people back into the fold, or change the perception of the liberals' view of what people in these states are like, so they can sort of bring you back. See, and here's what they do. Everybody talks about the Overton window, how it's constantly shifting to the left. This is a perfect example of artificially shifting it to the left. So they're going to say that, oh, I mean, this guy, yeah, he's a right-wing guy, but he's, even he thinks that people like Tucker Carlson, they're saying you shouldn't get the vaccine, or that, we shouldn't be pushing for BLM and trannies and, cultural Marxism in schools and all these things. So they're going to have you think that the norm is to have gone this far left, when that's not representative at all of what people's actual beliefs. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about this. It's pretty. I think it's a bombshell. The whole thing about this guy having CIA ties. You got to give credit to the person that found that account. What was this person? Youper Mama. That was pretty incredible to find that out. But that's the crazy thing, that despite that, like a slam dunk outing of this guy as a CIA, a glowy, you still got every single comment on here by all these just brainwashed idiots. We are all Montana man. This dude is my hero. I like that he speaks without emotion or great fanfare. It simply is. I mean, see, these people, you'll never get the message to these people. You'll never get the message to these people that this is just a fake. You're being manipulated. You're a useful idiot being molded by the hands of, the elites, the intelligence agencies, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, the powers that be. And you've got all these people who aren't even going to ask a question. They aren't even going to question it for 1 second. Not for 1 second. That they don't understand that they're being psyoped, that they're being subverted, and they're so eager to be led to the slaughter. So anyway, and that's not to say that Tucker is 100%, right. And that's also what it's going to do, is it's going to take, okay, now everybody on the right is then going to just, oh, we're with Tucker, and it's like, well, we should be criticizing Tucker as well. When Tucker folds, doesn't go as hard as he should. Like now, I haven't really watched him recently, but they're saying that, oh, now he's suggesting people should get the vaccine because he's gotten a lot of pressure about it. There's been other things in the past too where I thought that he didn't really put up such a good fight, but he also had that thing happen where his best writer got doxxed, and his like private account got doxxed, and he got in trouble for things that he said. So his best writer got kicked out, and his show suffered quite a bit in the latter half of 2020 because of that. It seems like he's sort of picked up steam again. But like I said, that's not to say that Tucker's perfect. There's things that he gets wrong also. But yeah, you can see how this is how easy it is to manipulate these narratives, to manipulate the people, manipulate the goyim. This is what you're going to think. So yeah, pay attention to that, because what people on the right should be fighting for is complete disillusion with the with the left. Like, we need to separate now. And I think that the CIA knows that everybody wants that. The right wants that. The left wants that too. But they have to convince people that no, we're still a united country. And I know it's kind of like a little bit heretical to say that we need to, because that's like an American value to be a united country, but there's so much subversion going on that's never going to happen ever again. So we need to let go of that entirely. And maybe because the only way to save it, to save any piece of it, it's like, let's say you have a cancer. What do you do when there's a cancer? You cut it off. You get rid of the cancer. You take that piece of the cancer and you cut it off so it doesn't continue to grow and infect the rest of the host. So yeah, that's what I think needs to be done. I think that's what the narrative is here. Did we find out who Montana Man is yet? Oh, you won't, but you should, lady. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching.